Did Apple just hit pause on HomePod Mini 2, a new Apple TV 4K, and AirTag 2? Or are we about to see a stealth launch before the year ends? The leaks said end of the year, and some insiders even pointed to mid-2025 for a new AirTag. But here we are, deep into November, and Apple's unusually quiet. Inventory signals are mixed. Rumors are loud. And the clock is ticking. Here's the reality check. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman previously reported that Apple aimed to release refreshed HomePod Mini and Apple TV models toward the end of the year, with a new AirTag slated for around mid-2025. So far, none of those products have appeared. That doesn't mean they're cancelled, but it does mean expectations need a reset. On one hand, there are classic "it's coming" signals. HomePod Mini stock is running thin in many Apple stores, and some resellers list it as out of stock. Historically, low inventory is a strong tell that a refresh is near. On the other hand, Apple's online store is already fully flipped for holiday shopping, and it's actively promoting the existing HomePod Mini, a 5-year-old product, as a gift pick. That suggests the current model could be sticking around through the season, even Tim Cook's recent line. We are excited to be sharing our most extraordinary lineup of products as we head into the holiday season, is open to interpretation. It could mean the 2025 lineup is set with no surprise drops, or it could be classic Apple misdirection right before a newsroom press release lands on a random Tuesday. Historically, Apple rarely launches brand new hardware in late November or December. But it does happen. The 16-inch MacBook Pro arrived in November 2019, and AirPods Max in December 2020. Translation: don't bet on it, but don't rule it out if Apple waits. The most credible reason is Siri. Multiple reports say Apple's more personalized. Apple Intelligence-powered Siri is now pacing for early next year, expected as part of iOS 26.4, likely March or April. Gurman has linked this upgraded Siri to both the next HomePod Mini and the next Apple TV, which makes strategic sense. Apple loves to unveil hardware and flagship software features together. Showcasing a smarter, context-aware Siri on brand new devices, and even a long-rumored smart home hub, is a cleaner story than retrofitting everything after the fact. Where does that leave AirTag 2? That one's harder to explain. The current AirTag launched in April 2021, and an update is overdue by Apple's typical accessory cadence. If Apple is aligning the entire Find My Plus UWB Plus smart home roadmap around the same spring window, it may hold AirTag until the Siri Apple Intelligence push is ready, or until supply chain and regulatory filings line up. Let's talk rumored features, because they paint a clear picture of where Apple is headed. HomePod Mini 2, rumored, a newer S-Series chip, S9 or better, for faster on-device processing and support for Apple Intelligence features in the revamped Siri. Apple's N1 wireless chip with Wi-Fi 7 for higher throughput, lower latency, and rock-solid multi-device streaming in busy homes. A second-generation ultra-wideband chip, U2, to supercharge proximity features, think tighter handoff, room-aware automations, and precise speaker pairing. Audio refinements for fuller low-end, cleaner mids and better room tuning, keeping the size, upgrading the sound. Fresh color options, red has been whispered, turning a tiny speaker into a statement piece. Apple TV, next gen, rumored. A faster A17 Pro class chip to lift gaming performance, speed up UI, and enable ProRes HEVC decode headroom for high bitrate streams. The same N1 Plus Wi-Fi 7 combo for smoother multi-stream homes, reduced buffering, and better responsiveness with Wi-Fi 7 routers. Deep integration with the revamped Siri, powered by Apple Intelligence, richer voice control, on-device personalization, and smarter content discovery. A built-in FaceTime camera has been rumored for a future Apple TV, but it's unclear whether it lands in the very next model. AirTag 2, rumored. Up to 3x longer effective tracking range compared to current AirTag. Think stronger signal pickup in challenging environments. A more tamper-resistant speaker to reduce misuse and improve anti-stalking protections. Very low. In battery life alerts and smarter power management, so you replace cells before you lose track of your stuff. So, buy now or wait. Here's a practical way to think about it. Buy the current HomePod Mini, If you want an affordable, great-sounding smart speaker for the holidays, and you're seeing a good deal, you mostly need AirPlay 2, intercom, compact size, and reliable Siri for timers, scenes, and quick commands. Wait for HomePod Mini 2 if you care about Wi-Fi 7 for dense homes or multi-room streaming stability. You want the best Siri experience day one with Apple Intelligence, and plus U2 proximity tricks for handoff and automations. You prefer new colors and potentially improved sound in the same footprint. Buy the current Apple TV 4K 2022 if you want the best streaming box today for Dolby Vision Atmos, buttery UI, and tight iPhone integration. Your household doesn't game much, so the A15 class performance is more than enough. Wait for the next Apple TV if you want console-adjacent cloud or native gaming and the fastest chip Apple can ship in a set-top box. You're upgrading to Wi-Fi 7 and want your media hub to match. You're excited about the smarter Siri and deeper Apple Intelligence features for voice navigation and recommendations. Buy AirTag now if you have travel coming up or you're gifting trackers this season. The current AirTag is still the gold standard for Find My. You don't need bleeding-edge range improvements. Wait for AirTag 2. If longer range and a more secure speaker design are must-haves. You're fine holding off until Apple aligns AirTag with its broader spring Siri rollout. What signals should we watch in the next few weeks? Store inventory patterns. If Apple's own stores don't restock HomePod Mini for extended periods, a refresh is more likely. Shipping date slips, if ship windows quietly push out to January for certain regions that can precede a product swap. Regulatory filings, Bluetooth SIG, Wi-Fi Alliance, or Eurasian Economic Commission entries often show up shortly before launch. Beta breadcrumbs, references to new model identifiers in tvOS or iOS betas can tip Apple's hand. Here's the bigger story. Apple seems to be lining up a 2026 moment where hardware, wireless, and intelligence converge. In smarter, more personal Siri needs capable on-device silicon. Wi-Fi 7 and UWB-U2 supercharge responsiveness and context, and Apple TV Plus HomePod Mini are the perfect stage for a living room demo that actually feels new. AirTag 2 then extends that intelligence into the physical world with better range and smarter safety. Does that mean zero chance of a surprise December drop? Not zero. Apple has broken its own patterns before. But if you're managing your expectations, the safer bet is that Apple showcases the new Siri experience alongside fresh HomePod Mini and Apple TV hardware early next year, with AirTag 2 following the same window. Until then, here's my read. If you find a strong holiday discount on the current Apple TV 4K or HomePod Mini, you won't regret buying now. They're still class-leading. If you want Wi-Fi 7, U2-powered proximity, and Apple Intelligence level Siri, patience will likely pay off. And if you've been waiting on AirTag 2, the rumored 3X range and tougher anti-tamper design sound like a meaningful upgrade worth holding out for. Stay skeptical, stay curious, and watch those inventory trackers. Because whether Apple ships in a last-minute December curveball or holds for a spring Siri showcase, the next wave of HomePod Mini, Apple TV, and AirTag looks like more than a spec bump. It's Apple retuning the home and your stuff for an intelligence-first era.